I have a playlist of 2 REN songs. And because I very much enjoyed the first time that I was reacting to Vincent's Tale, but then the latest one, the newest one, Starry Night, I now have 2 ones. You already see it. It's a self-portrait. And after that, we are going to listen to The Bedroom all at once. So this is going to be a really long video. And I apologize in advance. But yeah, this is what I feel like to do. I haven't watched both of the videos. So yeah, I will take you with me in my first respond. And then let's see what I'll feel and think and all that stuff. So yeah, let's dive in.
I sing to you, I sing to you. Bless your heart, I just can't live without you. So come out and meet me, honey,
Sit still, yes, yes, yes. Hey, mate.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want, I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that right because not.
I noticed that a lot of his multiple story songs, which is unique on itself, has this Spanish guitar intro thing, and then usually he goes into a different style of genre in this one song. I'm curious if he would do the same here, but yeah.
Think comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me. Destroy. Want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted, but I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am loose. My brain like Genghis Khan.
Since this is the prequel of him being in jail, he will probably do something stupid, which is, or not, like, yeah, depending on the perspective that REN's offering.
Will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list, the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick! Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. that little prick's nose. Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate kick master.
It's a point of view camera thing.
Like Master Sparker, park a fist on the landing strip, carnage. It finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix. Kill Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled. Move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy, chill.
Couples are coming. Oh. Whoa. Friends Meeting House. Completely different vibe. Love it.
So it goes in the absence of the light. The devil sowed a seed in the mind. Vincent was shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The cook to omit him, hate the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, heart upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie the Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some are never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show.
Yeah. Just don't think about how sad you are. Just shop. That will make you happy.
Netflix to distract you from the horror and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow. And shadow ban the problem, man, a sold for $1. And keep the fight amongst yourself. Don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point. He's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution, now tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
Oh, now he get arrested. Oh, that's a short song. The other one's longer, I know. That's almost 10 minutes. Richard's Tale, coming soon. All right. Well, let's go to the next one. The bedroom. Vincent's Tale bedroom. Ooh. This one is 10 minutes. I usually love the longer ones more. Oh, that looks like a prison, yeah. There he is. Look at that. Same mic. See that? The Shure SM7B. Very popular among podcast people, radio hosts, but also artists, music artists. They also use it. How come he is so musical? Damn it. What an insane intro.
Anger. Have you ever felt anger with nowhere to place it? Vincent felt
Oof.
anger. Have you ever felt anger with nowhere to place it? Vincent felt cold, neglected, and jaded.
I think a lot of men feel anger and don't know how to place it or transmute it. I think men in general haven't really learned how to cope with that. Like, I guess most men are going to sports, kickboxing, or whatever to sort of get rid of that anger. But if there are certain things in your life that makes you anger and you just like vent it, I guess that's good for emotions. But if you're mad at the system, for example, or because you're in poverty or whatever, and you don't act on that in the sense that you don't do anything to direct the anger towards that, so you transmute that anger. If you don't do that, then usually the source of anger will stay there. And I think that, like, there are multiple ways, of course, to go along with anger. You can just vent it like that in sports and all that stuff. But again, it's not like really going to the source of the anger, what makes you angry in the first place. And usually the sort of the cure to depression is action, especially towards that action that makes you depressed in the first place. But he understands that. You know, that's why he's so good in the music.
Empathy castrated, look for the new thing. Always look for the new thing, but never look inside, never look within, without a bow.
Wait. So much already there.
Anger. Have you ever felt anger with nowhere to place it? Vincent felt cold, neglected, and jaded, impotent. Empathy castrated, look for the new thing. Always look for the new thing, but never look inside, never look within, without, above, below. Same thing. Wait, it gets deeper than that. The insane thing is sane men living in insane terrain, contort insane brains.
Sane man living in insane terrain.
Inside, never look within, without, above, below. Same thing. Wait, it gets deeper than that. The insane thing is sane men living in insane terrain, contorting.
Like, I remember that when Tupac was in jail, he actually wrote a lot of songs. Maybe like 2 albums of songs. I don't know what it was, but like an insane amount of inspiration, I guess he got there, or time. I don't know what it is. Maybe he just had a lot of time. But you hear that more often, right? That artists get when they are in jail. Artists, like people in jail, they get like deep insights and all that stuff. I think like when you're alone a lot in sort of like a room without distraction, I guess there could be a tendency to have deep thoughts and like reflect on your life and all that stuff. But you don't have to go to prison to do that. Like there's also like silent retreats and all that stuff. But you know,
same brains that are kind of deranged, strange, without the factor of cause and effect. Factually, the man's a casualty of constant neglect. Let's start at the start. Vincent was born in the dark, home birth to a mother, painted scars on her arm. Track march from the dragon, China white and the palm. Shooting up the birth canal, Vinny fell out like yarn. Tumbled out, himself unraveling, and that was the theme. Exceptionally average grade, sprayed with low self-esteem. From the fire to the frying pan, painting it green. When it's the cash that rules everything around me. Cream, get the money from
Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yeah. Oh, I love Wu-Tang. That is a song about money. Money and maybe a little bit of the system. I haven't looked at the lyrics for quite a time. I have to do that. Maybe I can react to Wu-Tang Cream. Oh, I love that. Like back in the days, I always listened to Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was actually, together with Tupac, the first sort of like real hip-hop, to me at least, where I listened to. And yeah, it's always inspirational. Where would, maybe you know that, but where does REN gets its inspiration from? Do you know that? Do you know which songs he listened to and finds his inspiration? I don't know. If you know that, then put it in the comments. I'm curious.
Only been, he weren't ever good at hustling, shitty jobs that he was dead and stocking, started a combustion, nothing. Pulled him out of that, the debt collector's rushing to be stripping him of everything. Eventually, there's nothing. The cycle is a cycle for a psychopath on ice. The day.
Wait, what?
And stocking started a combustion, nothing. Pulled him out of that, the debt collector's rushing to be stripping him of everything. Eventually, there's nothing. The cycle is a cycle.
Yeah, cycle continues.
For a psychopath on ice. The day repeats, the days are weeks, the weeks are most your life. When the day's done, it's the same one. It's a repeat, it's a rerun. A deja vu religion, a foreboding of a prison. Whole Britain, Great Britain, how Britannia ruled the waves. We started out with intentions and we ended up like slaves. Drink to kill the tension, but the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living too deep.
Cheers.
And so it goes. Vinny starts to drink to let go. Soon he's drinking, cause when he don't drink, every day is a day on death row. So he.
Yeah, that's the paradox, right? When you have pain, you drink to drink the pain away, but the drinking is making the pain worse. It's a cycle.
Drink so we don't have to think. See, days bittersweet. When the spirit that's inside of him sinks in his teeth. And the months turn over, May to October. More days pissed than the days he spent sober. Skin looks older, demeanor gets colder. Sledgehammer swing to that chip on your shoulder. A cold prison deep in alcoholism. 40% proof, no juice. Inhibition get loose by decision and taboos. When we're living for the booze, who's who he lose himself to? One too many, 1, 2, 3 shots down. Drown those sorrows up in London town. If we in for a penny, we in for a pound. Fate comes full circle. Now it's Vinny boys round.
Bedroom. Richard's Tale. Oh, this is Richard's Tale. It's in this song. That's why I couldn't find it. Shit. Richard's Tale. Oh my god, that beat. That is so cool. This is really getting me Wu-Tang vibes, man, this beat. The dun 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 dun. The very simple, non-melodic beat with the hard drum. Ba-dum, boom. Listen to the old Wu-Tang songs and you hear this stuff a lot. Or there's like only one tone or two tones. But if it's already like 3 tones, then... And if it's like multiple tones, then they usually do like a high octave in the piano, which also sounds a little bit like scary-ish or something.
Sirens start singing as the screws murder silence. Stand on my Miranda, my right to remain violent.
Ah, my right to remain violent.
Sirens start singing as the screws murder silence. Stand on my Miranda, my right to remain violent. One man's resistance is another man's tyrant. When tyrants make the law, they go to war with non-compliance. Locked up, Vinny been locked up since his mother knocked up. Kitty grew up fast, pulled his socks up, chop chop. Keep that
like that tone, dude. The fact that it sounds a little bit what's the word? Let me search it up because it's important. False. like a false note, dun, dun, like a broken piano sound. That's what I mean. And because of that, it sounds very devilish or something, like dark.
Credit, top, time is money, tick tock. Quantify the price upon your soul and then it's chop shop. Not particularly special, Vinny spent his life a vessel for the musings of the devil.
Oh, I love the font. It's like the 80s, 90s game style font.
Repetition.
And then with the black and white, it's very like the old school 90s hip hop clips.
Some issues turn the hide into a jackal, building pressure.
Wait,
Money,
what is it saying here?
quantify the price upon your soul and then it's chop shop.
Quantify the price upon your
Not particularly special, Vinny spent his life a vessel for the musings of the devil. Repetition caused some issues, turn the hide into a jackal, building pressure in the kettle, bubble up to boiling level. Ooh man, he's a mad lad, falling on the warpath. Vinny split the atom like a Nagasaki bloodbath. Skies are raining black ash, copper car lights flash, red and blue kaleidoscope. Some folks don't like that. Never mind, just a victim of society, the one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety, the one that sells you sex as it pedestals for.
What?
Some folks don't like that. Never mind, just a victim of society, the one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety.
The ones that sells you alcohol? The ones you feed you
flash,
alcohol?
red and blue kaleidoscope. Some folks don't like that. Never mind, just a victim of society, the one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety, the one that sells you sex as it pedestals virginity, the one where we elect these lying pests with God ability. 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 1, our boy spun his own web-fed tarantulas come like 9 to the 9 to the 9 for his Christ lines intersect. Richard's fate was designed.
Ooh. Hey, Richard. What? No, no, no. Don't touch his blood. What are you doing?
Paint the picture, set the scene. It's 2019. Richard and a boy named Screech. The hands of fate, they touch and reach.
Well, that's another one, right? That's earlier. So that's Richard, and that's earlier in the timeline, okay?
Picture set the scene. It's 2019. Richard and a boy named Screech. The hands of fate, they touch
Screech, that sounds familiar. Did he do a song about that one?
and read. Siblings buried, blood it bleeds. Etched in Richard's memory. Falls a model, troubled sleep. Takes a time of absently. Hitting the bottle to soften the blow in the walls of yourself, and there's no.
Also, after that, it was like traumatized, and then he.
With the go and his friends on the force, they don't call, they don't show. Go to therapy regularly, seem to plateau when his popo went loco and woe so low that his mojo no mono rebound no yo-yo, and so the time it moved slow-mo. You see the case was never closed, cause the motive was confusing. Orphan killed his sister, but his sister was removed when the mother died in childbirth. But dying womb life brings the cycle of samsara. Always was quite amusing. Brother killed his sister, but the record seemed to show the brother never met his sister, didn't even know. So the tragedy was a catastrophe, a fate fucked up. Richard's losing sleep while his whole family's talked up.
The therapist. What is this?
The 5 stages of grief is a common psychological model, often used to provide reassurance to all those stricken by loss. For loss comes with a cost like frostbite, shockingly cold, paving the road to decomposure, decomposing your soul. 1. Denial, pretending for a while, reality retired, but everything is changing. Richie lost.
Oh, again, that Wu-Tang vibe, man. Wait, how does this
By
start?
shockingly cold, paving the 5 stages of grief. The 5 stages of grief is a common psychological model, often used to provide reassurance to all those stricken by loss. For loss comes with a cost like frostbite, shockingly cold, paving the road to.
I love it that this concept in at least this video clip is that he's sort of a fly on the wall. It's not being seen, but he's in there to sort of tell the story, and reminds me a little bit of the video clip of "I Am Mad at You" from Tupac, where he also does that, where he dies and then he tells the story in the rap song that his friends should not be mad at him. It's a beautiful song. Maybe he's got inspiration for that, for doing this. I don't know.
Decomposure, decomposing your soul. One, denial, pretending for a while. Reality retired, but everything is changing. Richie lost the will to smile. How to reconcile when murdering a child. The second stage is anger, feel it.
Oh, what? Did he kill the boy? What's his name? Cheer?
While reality retired, but everything is changing. Richie lost the will to smile. How to reconcile when murdering a child. The second stage is anger, feel it bubbling the bile. Anger, damn the man that served the hand that wrote the plan. If God is will, that's good and grand, then damn we are. We all are damn forsaken by creation. Revelations, Richard cannot stand. The third stage is bargaining, begging God for second chance. Lord, I know it is a reach, but I'm begging on my knees. Resurrect the boy James, resurrect the boy Screech.
Oh, that one, Screech. Yeah.
I'll devote my life to thee, I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression, demonic like possession.
Oh my God, his dark voice. I never heard this voice from him like that. Usually he has this more upper voice, but this one is a
Resurrect the boy Screech. I'll devote my life to thee, I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression, demonic like possession. The feeds upon this spark for life, no water is refreshing.
He really needs to do more songs with that voice, man. That is so cool.
I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression, demonic like possession. The feeds upon this spark for life, no water is refreshing. No sunlight brings him warmth, no sleep will ever bring resting. His guilt and doubt are oh so loud, the silence sounds so deafening. Depression, depression, the numbing of expression. The
numbing of expression.
Negative obsession, ruminating in oppression. Stressing is a lesson when your mind begins reflecting. That's stage number 5. 5 is acceptance.
Aw, oh, that mood shift. My God. Why does REN always have like multiple songs in one song? I love that. And the mood shift, the roller coaster with emotions usually starts out like with the more the hardcore stuff, the harder rap, also like the beats, and then he ends with something emotional that usually gives perspective of the whole thing that he rapped about in the first place, the story. So usually, like the structure is usually he has like a story, and then he raps about the story with his sort of perspective about it. And that's usually my favorite part, because that's where he puts in most of his emotions. So let's see if he does that.
Souls get shaken up. The road's never quite ideal, but slow rise.
So when in the timeline is this?
Dust it off and let souls get shaken up. The road's never quite ideal, but slow rise, dust it off. And let me tell you something, Richie, man, I'm proud, cause you pulled a stitch from the seam, the wound was open weeping. Felt like a regression, but that flesh was sat for healing. You wrestled imperfections, misdirections, walked with demons. Most demons are a fallen angel, truth has double meanings. Perspective disconnects the trauma, trauma turns to lessons. The biggest curse you'll ever face could be your greatest blessing. Remember, in the darkest times, no need for second guessing. No path is ever linear, a stumble leads to stepping. You're a soldier, a scholar of life's sorrow, and day follows day. There will always be tomorrow when it gets colder. Whatever, it's only weather. Rain feeds the crops, let them grow, think clever. I'm so fucking proud of you, Richie, my boy. I know you're itchy, my boy, to get to work and deploy. Serve and protect my don, in for the right reason. I know you think you done wrong, but look at who you become. It's your first day at work, big man.
First day. Ah.
Serve and protect my don, in for the right reason. I know you think you done wrong, but look at who you become. It's your first day at work, big man. Hold that head up high, my friend. Come on. We're all proud of you, Richie. I hope you get out there and smash it. I mean, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Oh. And then that happens. Okay. Okay, one more time this piece because it's... Oh, shit. All right, well, I fucked that up, but... Wow. No, I really want to see it one more time. Oh, wait. No. What is this?
But everything is changing. Richie lost the will to smile. How to reconcile when murdering a child. The second stage is anger, feel it bubbling the bile. Anger down the man that served the hand that wrote the plan. If God is will that's good and grand, then damn we are. We all are damn forsaken by creation. Rather serve the hand.
Ah, this is annoying. I almost had it good.
Lord, I know it is a reach, but I'm begging on my knees. Resurrect the boy James, resurrect the boy Screech. I'll devote my life to thee, I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson will ever bring repression. Stress.
I want to hear it one more time, this part, because it's so good. So this is before he met REN, I guess, and then the story of REN starts. So it's not like a linear story.
Get shaken up. The road's never quite ideal.
Yeah, and this was before he killed the Screech guy.
Slow rise.
Or killed, I don't know if he killed it, but
Dust it off.
killed him.
And let me tell you something, Richie, man, I'm proud. Cause you pulled a stitch from the seam, the wound was open weeping. Felt like a regression, but that flesh was set for healing. You wrestled imperfections, misdirections, walked with demons. Most demons are a fallen angel, truth has double meaning.
Most...
Was open weeping, felt like a regression, but that flesh was set for healing. You wrestled imperfections, misdirections, walked with demons.
Misdirections walk with
Most demons
are fallen angels.
Are a fallen angel, truth has double meanings. Perspective disconnects the trauma, trauma turns to lessons.
Trauma turns to lessons. Yeah, but also depression turns to lessons. And what I said earlier, it's the... Yeah, so what I noticed with the anger, last year, I hope this story is fitting well in this context, but last year I was at a festival, Tantra festival actually, and there was a Kali meditation. And the Kali meditation is sort of like this goddess, mythical goddess that consumed a lot of anger, and then to release that anger, she did like also that kind of and yeah, that was sort of the workshop. Was like 45 minutes of jumping and releasing and the facilitator. I loved her actually because she thought in a bigger picture, as in while she was giving the workshop. I hope the story makes sense. I'm a terrible storyteller, but while the workshop was happening and we were all like jumping and getting tired and all that stuff, she was screaming like, fuck war, fuck the system, fuck that. And I noticed that every time she said that, she said also more things, but those things like the war stuff and the system needs to change and fuck that. And that was the part that I really felt the anger. And that was actually the first time that I really felt the anger, like inside my body, what is happening all around the world. And that was also the moment that I realized, okay, I really need to do something with that anger. And I was already making a documentary about basic income. So when it comes to the source of my anger, like I was for, I think, almost 3 years without a job. And I was like stuck in the Dutch system. Didn't have a lot of money, and I wanted to do something more creative with my life. And the local government didn't want to help me with that, and I didn't have like college degrees and all that stuff. So I really was stuck in the system, and I really blamed the system for that because I literally had no room to, to get out of that poverty trap. And that was when I really developed the anger towards the system. But I never really felt that until the workshop, the Kali meditation that I did last year. And then I had the insight that I sort of like come up with this quote that the source of the anger dictates what you're doing with that anger. Meaning that if your anger comes from you are being stuck in poverty, and that anger that will probably be there for the rest of your life in a way. That's usually how that goes. And you can like do Kali meditations. You can get it out in kickboxing or whatever. Like that's a way to process that emotion. But if the source is something structural, like I felt the injustice doing to me, and it's not that I am now in the world doing my job and the things that I like, that goes away. Then I'm like, oh yeah, but now I'm not in that system anymore, so fuck that. No, I still feel a certain unjust to. I just feel bad for people who are in that place right now. I know a lot of people who are stuck in that system, don't have a job, and they are social security, and they really want to do something with their lives, but like the government is not really helping them. They think short term. So that's sort of where the poverty trap also kicks in. But yeah, it's not that I cannot let that go. So my way of doing something with that anger was the documentary, but it's also now starting this channel where I really want to talk about the system that really fucks us up and just really not helping us in a constructive way. But to actually doing something with that in a constructive way is a way to transmute that anger. And it really gets better. Like I know it from my experience. Also, like climate change, I was really digging into that, and I really got depressed about that. Like, oh, the world is fucked, and blah 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 blah. And I really had no outlet to do anything with that. And I also did not know any people who are also concerned about that back in the days. It was like, I don't know, six years ago or so. And doing something that to make that anger go away is crucial to really get to the source of the depression and like get rid of it. At least that's my experience.
You'll ever face could be your greatest blessing. Remember, in the darkest times, no need for second guessing. No path is ever linear, a stumble leads to stepping. You're a soldier, a scholar of life's sorrow, and day follows day. There will always be tomorrow when it gets colder. Whatever, it's only weather. Rain feeds the crops, let them grow, think clever. I'm so fucking proud of you, Richie, my boy. I know you're itchy, my boy, to get to work and deploy. Serve and protect my don, in for the right reason. I know you think you've done wrong, but look at who you become. It's your first day at work, big man. Hold that head up high, my friend. Come on.
Yeah, it's the last thing that I will say, and then I will wrap it up. But I cannot help but to have sort of respect for the police, at least the police here. I cannot imagine the shit that they will see what is happening into society. That these people, together with the ambulance, they see a lot of stuff that will probably keep them awake for a long time. Like all the trauma that they see, and still they help us, they help society. So I guess like having a little bit more respect for those people, that is also like here in the Netherlands, it's quite unique, but there is a lot of violence against ambulance people, and also the personnel that works in the trains and public transportation. I have no idea where that comes from, but it's really getting out of hand. Like also with New Year's evening, they have like the fireworks, and they aim it at the firefighters and the ambulance personnel and the police. Like it's really getting out of hand. It's like, yeah. But yeah, I cannot help but to have respect for that. And yeah, so they're social workers first, and then they are police. And when you look at the system in Scandinavia, it's even like better in my opinion. They don't see someone who did a crime, like even a murderer. They see them as someone who has psychological issues. So they truly want to help them. So the prison there is not like a real prison like here or the United States or Britain or whatever. But it's actually sort of like more like you have a room and you have like a kitchen and with knives and all that stuff, so you can eat there. And there's like little violence in the prison anyway, and you can even like make songs and you can read and you can do all sorts of stuff. Their vision is that they want to help the inmates to get even a better life after they get out of the prison. And that's very cool to me. And their retention, I don't know if they call it like that, the inmate retention, when you're like when an inmate is getting out of the prison, the retention of getting back into the prison because they relapse is very low there. So they're doing something good, but it's also a culture. Like if you would duplicate that into like for the United States, for example, it wouldn't work because the police thinks very differently there, and the whole system is actually very different. Like it's more like with the private prisons, it's of course insane. It's like a earning model there. It's actually an integral part of their system, I guess. So that's also very cool. Yeah, like REN, love it. Such a good story, and yeah, there are more Vincent's Tale to watch, but that's the prequel, I guess. So maybe I will come to that later. Thank you for watching, and till the next time.